District 32, and I'm speaking today with Nick Vague of Leap Resourcing. How are you, Nick?
Fantastic, thanks, Lorraine. How about yourself?
I am best I've ever been.
How's
Saved
business?
with authenticity. Really good, really good. Thank you. Really loving life at the minute.
Yes, wonderful. Yes. Me too. Busier than we've never been. Growing, scaling. I'd say walking the talk as well, which is great. We're scaling our clients too, which is what we like to see at Leap Resourcing.
Always feels good, doesn't it, when you're walking authentically?
Best feeling ever. Yeah, no fakeness, no hiding, just who you are. Everyone in our team is their authentic self, and we love pushing that to our clients too.
Beautiful. So what I'm doing, Nick, I'm just going to frame this conversation for listeners, and it's around, we're all business owners. We all need to grow. And at different stages of our business, we're doing that whole curve, we're up a bit, we're flatlining, we're up a bit, we're doing that whole J curve. And at certain times in the business, we have to grow, right? We have to invest in the business, we have to grow, invest in the business and grow. But what we need is resources, right? We need resources. It's that ongoing battle, right, between resources and cash flow. And it's the same problems, when we're a startup, then you've been in business for 10 years or even 20 years. So look, what I would like to do is ask you for some stories, some client success stories on how they've used Leap Resourcing to help them to grow, because I think sometimes people can be scared of, well, I don't want to hire a full-time person, I don't know how to manage staff, or I don't know how this is going to work, I don't trust it. So I'd love to just have a conversation with you to share a couple of stories to help people see how it can happen for them and what the outcomes can be.
That's great. Well, I mean, I would say a story would be ourselves, because we started off with one staff member and now we've got 75. And I certainly only have two hands. They're a little slow sometimes. I'm a little slow sometimes. So I've got a fantastic team that have helped us scale business. But I think everybody would rather hear case studies about clients. So that's absolutely fine.
I'd like to hear the number 75. It's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I do too. It's great. A lot of Christmas cards to write, a lot of birthday cakes. First thing I want to just touch on is having the capacity to scale. So if you're at this point where you really want to grow your business and you're potentially going to turn on a whole lot of marketing, but then you need the capacity to handle that growth, right? You need the staff to be doing the orders, doing the customer interaction, the onboarding. If you don't have that, you're at risk of burning clients, because you get all this work suddenly come in and you're rushing and you're not doing a great job. And then if you burn clients, they talk and then you sort of go down again. So you've got to have the people there. But the main thing is people are expensive, especially in Australia. So you want to have a BDM or some salespeople or key staff in Australia. But if you're a small business and you're running on sort of the fumes of an oily rag and you're trying to make that next step to grow, you may not have that money to pay for all that. So having a VA is a fantastic solution. That, because there's less commitment, the price is up to 75%, 80% cheaper. And you get access to a fantastic talent pool of people. So you've got over 100 million people in the Philippines, enormous employment pool to be tapping into. And with us to help you, of course, it makes the journey a lot easier.
So give us a third one then. What is a third example of how someone's used your services, maybe in a different way, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. So a good example would be at Ford and Doonan. So Ford and Doonan, $90 million company, very well established, fantastic goodwill, trusted Western Australian company. Outsourcing was a new concept to them. They'd sort of thought about it, but weren't exactly, their feet were in the cold bath, so to speak. They weren't quite ready to jump in. So we spent a lot of time talking to them, doing exploration sessions. I had a few sessions in the boardroom with your management team, just talking about some of their issues or situations and different solutions and how outsourcing might help them, but also how it won't help them. There's some things that you shouldn't offshore. You should have done here. Yep. And I'm really blunt about that as well. Like if I want the best for my clients, so I want to give them good advice. Now, if they don't choose to use us, if they say, hey, look, after having that session with you, I've decided we're better to hire locally, that happens, and that's great. I mean, I'd rather give people honest and impartial advice. So we sat down with the team at Ford and Doonan, and we worked out that there were some areas where we can help them, especially around sort of managing AirStore, their online wholesale portal, doing pricing updates and product updates and dealing all the back-end services that go through running Air Store, because they supply to other air conditioning companies as well. We also have a staff member working in their service department, doing a lot of bookings, doing product inquiries, service inquiries, a whole lot of stuff there, social media as well. So a whole lot of marketing support, and also, just everybody needs to be able to answer phones, take calls when it's busy. And we talked about customer service as well, having people that are good on the phone and have good written English skills. So when they do get really busy in summer and they've got hundreds of calls, the team are flexible enough to jump on the phone and take those bookings and help out wherever's needed within the business. So that's a really happy relationship. The staff have just hit their 1 year mark and we're going well. They've just had pay rises as well, which is wonderful. And that's the thing, when we give our staff a pay rise, it all goes to them. We don't take anything. So it was a really good day for them when they got a pay rise. And I can say that Andy and the team at Ford and Doonan are extremely generous. It was one of the biggest pay rises we've ever given a staff member, and that just says a lot about their character and kindness. So yeah, well done.
Beautiful. Nick, thank you very much. It's been really good talking to you. I think it's really important that people understand all the ways that we can use staff, and it is not for all, as you said, it's not for all roles, and it's not for all time. Each role has got a different. It's the same as any business. We all need different people and different resources at different times. But Nick, how can people have a chat to you if anyone might have an apprehension or just want to ask you a question about where they would start or how can they start? Because it doesn't have to be a full-time employee, right? It could be 5 hours a week or 10 hours a month or whatever they're looking for.
We generally start at about 20 hours a week.
20 a week.
We can do project work on the side where it's a little bit more expensive, but where we have capacity with our team, we can potentially do some project work on the side, but generally 20 hours a week. Okay, and look, if that's 4 hours a day, that will make a big difference to your business. If they can head over to www.leapresourcing.com.au or give us a call on 08 6331 6999. One of my management team will answer the phone, or me sometimes if I'm in there. And just book an exploration meeting with us. And it's just an opportunity to bounce out some ideas around about what's going on in your business, share some of the successes we've had and the things that we've learned working with, over 100 clients over the last 3 years. And just, come up with some good solutions. And then if they're interested or they want to talk more about coming on board with us, we're happy to do that. But we're not salesy. I want people to take something away from every meeting.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's how we operate.
Nick, thank you very much.
Pleasure, Lorraine. We'll see you at
I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
All the best. Thanks.